Baby, tell me if you like it.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on your way out and turn your notifications on so you'll never miss another upload. So as you can see from the title, today I am going to be covering my 1 year, well actually over a year now, post update of being off DEPO. So I've been getting a lot of comments on the original video, and I will have that linked up here. I did not know that that video was going to get such an overwhelming response, and I'm really happy that we created like a dialogue in the comment section, and everybody's like sharing their experiences and stuff like that. And overall, a lot of the comments have been positive. I just want to also say and reiterate this: the video was my experience. I was not trying to tell anyone this is what's going to happen to you. This is just what happened to me. So just keep that in mind when you are watching videos like this. I'm not claiming to like be a doctor or tell you this is what's going to happen. I was just sharing my experience, and a lot of people have had similar experiences as I did. So this is a 1 year update. A lot of you guys have been asking me to kind of update you guys. I did a 4-month update, and around that time there were a little bit of changes, but there are a lot of changes now, so I just want to kind of go over some of those with you. So it might be a long one. In case it is, just grab a snack, grab a drink or whatever, or if you know you're doing something, have this plan in the background. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I want to touch on are my cycle, my periods. They are back. Like I stated in the 4-month update, I actually got it a month after. So I ended DEPO in February of 2017, and then by April I had a cycle. Now for this past year, they have been very irregular. They have changed dates about 3 to 4 times. Some days it'll go back a week, some days it'll go forward a week. So currently it has also changed from last month already, so now it's a few days earlier, so it's now like in the 3rd week. Last month it was more so the last week of the year. What am I trying to say? The last week of the month. And so now it's leaning more towards like the 3rd week of the month. So yeah, I really didn't have like irregular cycle before I got on DEPO, but I'm still not sure if it's still just trying to adjust itself. And some women do have irregular periods a lot. So, but what I can say is that they're a lot milder than they used to be, which I'm really happy about. I don't really have cramps bad enough where I have to take medicine now, and they aren't as heavy as they were. I don't know if that's just because I'm a lot older or what, but those changes I definitely do like. It is more pleasant now to have a cycle than it was before when I was on the DEPO. Now while I was on the DEPO, if you guys didn't see that first video, I did not have a cycle at all. I just had a little bit of cramping like when it was time to get the shot, which was every 3 months. So that was like my fake, like, this would be your cycle, but it's not because you're on the birth control. But remembering before I was on that, they were very heavy for like the first 3 days, and really, really heavy cramps and stuff like that. Back cramps especially. I would have to have 2 heating pads, one in the front, one in the back. And I don't really experience that anymore. So I'm really happy that it kind of has like, you know, milded down some. But I would like for them to kind of stay consistent. So we'll see leading up to next year how that goes, because February 2019 will make 2-year mark. So we'll see how that goes. Now my acne. So I did want to reiterate, because in the first video I stated that I did not think the DEPO was a contributor to my acne, and I am really wrong about that. I looked at a lot of pictures like before I started doing the DEPO, and my cheeks, which is my problem area now, were extremely clear. I only had a little bit on my forehead, sometimes on my chin, but my cheeks were extremely clear. And I noticed once I got on the DEPO, that's where all of the acne started to come. And because I do pop them because I'm impatient, now I have dark spots. So that was a cause of it, but now that I'm off of it, I can say that the breakouts have went down significantly. I don't really break out as much. I might have 1 or 2 active pimples, but it may look like I have a lot of acne because I have the dark spots, which are really hard to fade. So that's like where I'm at right now, the hyperpigmentation. But what I can say is that I don't break out as often, so there aren't as many spots now. Like back then it would be so many spots, but now it's like I have a few spots here and there. That's because I don't break out that much, so I do like that. Hopefully my skin will be 100%. I am doing other measures as far as like skincare. You guys have seen I've been doing some more research on maybe some vitamins I could take to really slow down, to like make the breakouts like completely gone. But for right now, I still do break out hormonal like every once in a while. Which is nice. It's not as crazy as it was, because y'all, that DEPO really messed up my skin. Weight gain. So I have, as you guys know, I put on about 60 pounds on the DEPO, 65. I was about 125, 130 before I got on the DEPO. My ending weight last year, February of 2017, was 190. And that was with me eating good, you know, that was with me sometimes going to the gym every now and then, fall off the wagon. So it wasn't that I was just eating junk food, not being active, not working out, not doing anything. It just was very hard for the weight to come off with the DEPO. And I started my weight loss journey of April of last year, and I started working out, and me and my friend Ty were working out together, and she was dropping pounds a lot faster than I was, and I couldn't understand why. Like, you know, we're in the gym 3 days a week, we're meal prepping every Sunday, like why isn't the weight coming off? Honestly, y'all, the weight didn't really start to show until I moved down here to Miami, and that was about June. July is when I really started to see a significant difference in my body, where like one day I just woke up and I was like, wow, I have lost weight. So that was about 4 or 5 months after being off of the DEPO. So that's when it became easier. Now I can say now that it's been a whole year, it is a lot harder to gain weight now. I am under my weight. I feel like the weight is dropping off a lot faster than I wanted to. So now I'm about 153. My goal was about 160, 165. And just from my preference and my, you know, the way I want my body to look, there's nothing wrong with 150. But it's just a little smaller than I wanted. And now I notice it's very hard for me to put those extra pounds back on. So I guess my metabolism is kind of going back to how it was. I mean, of course it probably changed because I'm a lot older now, but I've never been a person that could pack on weight anyway. So I will say all of that weight gain was primarily due to the DEPO. That's what I really think, because I ate a lot before that, and I just never could get over 130. So now it is kind of a struggle. So the weight gain part is not even a factor anymore. Now it's like I'm struggling to put on, you know, those last couple pounds. Okay, so this one is it's funny that I think about it now, because it's like when I was in a relationship and the DEPO killed my sex drive, that was like, I mean, it wasn't an issue, like a big issue, but after a while I did notice that, you know, it was an issue. But now that I am off of it completely, I will say it is back 100%. And I could say it's very strong. It's present. It's there. It's there, you know, and I'm not actively dating, so I feel like it's a whole mental thing now, you know what I mean, to not want to act out on my urges just with a random person. That's just not who I am, but, you know, they are there, and that's something to keep in mind. You know, I did read a lot of comments about women saying that their relationship in that area did suffer because of, you know, the lack of a sex drive that it does affect on you. Some people don't have that. I actually read a lot of comments that said it heightened it, so that was really good for you. Hopefully you were in a, you know, a committed relationship, because girl, I envy you because I did not experience any of that. So, you know, now that it's back, it's good. Everything is, you know, working fine. I don't have any problems in that area. But like I said, you know, right now, that's a whole different video. Right now, I'm just on a different mental level. So, you know, sometimes it sucks. I'm not even going to lie to you. Sometimes it sucks, but I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. In my 4-month update, I stated that my breasts were really sore a lot throughout the beginning, and now I can say that that's pretty much gone as well. It only gets a little tender around like my cycle time, but it's not like it was like constant. Like around the earlier months of last year, like I want to say February, March, April, even up to May, like my boobs would just hurt all day long. Like it was unbearable sometimes, and like my nipples were really sore and dry. So now it's not like that, which I'm really happy about because that's annoying. Your mental and emotional state. So I wanted to really touch on this too. I feel like if you are already an anxious person or someone who has anxiety, DEPO is not for you. I feel like it will heighten it. I don't feel like it causes it, but I definitely feel like it heightens it. So because I do have anxiety, that was just not the best thing for me. It really increased my nervousness. It set off my anxiety a lot for things that I wouldn't even be nervous about, or for things that like just wouldn't normally bother me that much. I feel like when I was on the DEPO, everything had me on edge. Every single thing, whether it was something that made me angry or sad, it was like times 10. And it was kind of uncontrollable. So I will say that now that I'm off of it, it's not 100%. It's some things I still do struggle with, and that's just because of certain, you know, experiences that happen. But it is a lot easier for me to be more at peace, I will say. I can calm myself down a lot faster, and I have been doing other things as well as far as like mental health and stuff, and I can share with you guys like some of the things I do in my routine. I now have like a morning routine. I know I'm like probably the last person on the planet, but some days I would just get up and just, you know, randomly do that. But I feel like having a routine and having some structure also plays a big part on your mental health and like just your inner peace. So aside with being off of the DEPO and me putting in healthier like habits, I can say that my mental and emotional state has definitely changed. The fatigue is really gone. I have a lot more energy now, and I'm a lot more vibrant throughout the day. So that is a plus. I don't know if you guys noticed, you know, my energy is a lot different this past year. Honestly, it's really because I don't have that in my system to kind of just like heighten everything and make it so dramatic when it's like it's really not. So that's something to look out for. It's just in case, you know, you're not sure why you're acting a certain way. The DEPO could be a contributor to that. And the last thing I want to touch on is my bones. Now, I didn't really touch on this in the initial video, and I'm not sure why I did, but thank you guys so much for the ones who was putting it in the comments, because this is really important, guys. Like, if you are going to be on the DEPO, you have to make sure that you are taking your calcium, because it does affect your bones, and I am experiencing a lot of that now, and I was experiencing a lot of it when I was on the DEPO. Like, any little thing, like if something was laying against me, or maybe he wanted to cuddle and we was laying, like if he was laying on me too hard, like it would literally hurt so bad, and he would think that I was like overreacting, but it was like the pressure like against, especially on my legs and my ankles are really affected. Like my shins and stuff is really affected. So like any, you know, little falls or anything like that, it just hurts times 10. Or like if I'm sitting in a certain position for a while, it's really hard for me to like, you know, adjust, like get up and walk or do something. So please make sure you're taking your calcium. And I was reading a lot of comments, and some girls had even said they fractured their foot or their ankle because their bones got so weak. So that is like probably the most important thing I want to stress to you guys is make sure you are still taking care of your body on this. I know, you know, you're using it to prevent pregnancy, but it can, you know, cause some other damage if you are not careful. I know my doctor was telling me to take 1,000 milligrams or something like that. I can't remember because it was years ago, but it was a high dosage. And just drinking milk and doing stuff like that, that's not enough. So really, you know, do your research before you are picking any of these birth controls. And yeah, just to see what will be best suited for you. So that is pretty much it, really. As today, I am not on any birth control still. Like I said, I'm really not actively dating right now, so I don't really feel like that is a need for me, and I just want to really give my body a break. I was on the DEPO for 7 years, and then before that I was doing birth control pills for I think about 2 years. So I've had birth control and all of that stuff in my body for a long time, and I just rather, you know, I'd rather just not have all of that stuff going on and just have my normal self as far as my body and my mental state. So yeah, maybe, you know, I'll get back on it in the future, but for right now I'm happy from where I am, and I don't really see a change coming soon. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like my braids, make sure you click the tutorial so you can see how I achieved them. I'm really loving them. This is actually going to be the style I'm rocking into the new year. And then I do have a surprise. Drum roll. Will My Curls Pop will be back January 2019. So I hope you guys are ready. I was on a protective style journey for about 6 months, and I am going to be bringing back Will My Curls Pop. I know you guys love that. Can you believe? Okay, so I was going to do like a little like announcement or something when we hit 100,000 views for the series. Y'all, the Will My Curls Pop series alone has over 300,000 views. So thank you guys so much. I remember when I was sitting there talking to my friend Deb, hey boo, and I was talking about this series, and I did not know that it was going to just bring so much like love to my channel. I know you guys love my content, but it's like to hear you guys talk about Will My Curls Pop is just so amazing. So thank you for all that love and support. And last thing, if you made it to the end of the video, I do want to do a few story times that I've been thinking about. So I'm going to give you guys 4 titles to pick from. So let me know which one you would like to see first. So the first one is my horror period story where I was at someone's house that I was dating and things just didn't go well. So yeah, that was quite embarrassing. If you're a girl, you know how period stories can be very embarrassing. The second one is my IUD failed. So around the time where I was trying to get off of the DEPO and get something else, I was trying to get an IUD, but that went horribly wrong. The third one, and this is like probably the one that y'all gonna pick the most. I know y'all probably gonna pick this one. Should I dare say it out loud? Okay, I gotta get serious. I worked at the strip club for one night. I know that's the one y'all gonna pick, so I might as well just do that now. And then the last one is me and the side chick confronted my ex together. So yes, let me know down below which one. Give this video a thumbs up if you are excited for Will My Curls Pop return. And yeah, hopefully this video answered a lot of your questions. If not, go ahead and leave them down below, and also refer to the first video. Thank you again for all the love on that. That video has so many views, so thank you, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.